Hello, friends. Jen Hoffman from healthymoving.com here. I am coming to you live on a Friday afternoon with a little bit of a rant. I try to keep things pretty positive, but I just got off of a private session with one of my clients, and something she said is something that I hear all the time, and I want to tackle it head on. So my client who I was talking to today, is an accountant. I attract a lot of accountants since I'm a former accountant myself. And she works at a computer all day and has a ton of neck and shoulder tension. And what she said to me was, I've been to other yoga teachers, personal trainers, I've even been to the doctor, and everybody says that because I'm using my computer all day, I just have to accept that I'm going to have this neck and shoulder tension. And so she's taking a lot of ibuprofen for all of the tension and the headaches, and she's having some negative side effects from the ibuprofen, and she felt so defeated. And this is the thing I want to help you with. I feel like in general, we are all coming to the awareness that our use of tech, whether it's our computers or our phones or whatever other things, is changing our bodies. We're getting neck and shoulder tension and core and pelvic floor instability from sitting in our chairs all day, and hip and back pain and all this kind of stuff. We know that that's happening. But if we're saying to people, and if you're believing that the only way to deal with that tension or with that weakness or with that instability that you might have from your use of tech is to walk away from the tech, well, no wonder you feel frustrated and defeated. I know we're using our tech to put food on the table. It's our livelihood and our jobs. And we're using our tech to connect with people. And yes, we're using it to entertain ourselves and for other things. I'm not about shame. I'm going to talk more and more about this in Healthy Moving because I think how we are thinking about our bodies and how we are approaching it is extremely important. But if you just feel a whole bunch of shame and guilt over what you're doing, then you are not motivated to act. So I want to give you the hopeful news right now. You don't have to give up your job or give up your tech, but you do need to think about ways that you can change up subtle little changes, how you're using your tech. And the discussion and the awareness about this is just coming to light. Here's what I believe about you. I believe that when you know better, you do better. And that if you're experiencing pain and tension, neck and shoulder tension or back pain or anything like that, it's that you genuinely don't know what to do to deal with it. But that if we give you that information, you will take the information and use it to better yourself. So I'm a firm believer in the middle ground. All of the time using our tech hunched over it exactly like this, or giving it up completely and never using tech. I don't want to be at either one of those extremes. I want to come to the middle ground and be smarter about your body position while you are using your tech. Okay? So 2 things. Number 1, smarter about your body position while you're using your tech. A very, very simple one that you can do. I've talked about this before, but I'm going to say it again because it's so easy and you can do it right this second. You're watching me on Facebook or YouTube, so you're in front of a screen. Right now, take your head up and back toward the wall behind you. So I'll show it to you kind of from a profile here. If you are looking like this right now, your head is forward. So just take your head up and back toward the place where the wall and the ceiling meet behind you at a diagonal, up and back. Already right there, that tiny little shift is going to help with a ton of neck and shoulder tension. It doesn't take extra time, right? I believe that if you know how to do that, and that if you can just remember to do that, that you will. And that will help you. Maybe even more than popping 2 ibuprofen to deal with that pain. There's a whole bunch of stuff like that with how you use it. The second thing is that we have not properly addressed the way we exercise, whether that's in a gym, whether it's on a yoga mat. I'm a yoga teacher. Whatever way you're exercising, we aren't addressing the fact that we're bringing these bodies that are changed by tech to our exercise. And potentially the exercise can make things hurt more or give us additional injuries because we aren't addressing the fact that you come to yoga class already with your head forward, with tons of upper back tension, with tons of core and pelvic floor weakness. And then we potentially do things that could exacerbate that or make it worse. The person who I was talking to earlier today her neck got worse when she went to yoga class because she was trying to turn her head in all these standing poses. So we have to make sure that when we are exercising, I am a firm believer in rolling out your yoga mat a couple times a week, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes, because I know that the impact it can have on your stress level, on overwhelm, on all of that stuff. But we have to be mindful of what you're doing when you're doing that so that we are not making the tech issues worse and that maybe we're doing some stuff to help resolve that. It can't only be done on the yoga mat. You can't undo all of this with 10 minutes on the yoga mat. You have to do the first piece as well. You have to be starting to think about little ways that you can weave little tiny movements into your tech time, your screen time, your sedentary time, so that you're using more muscles because your body's shaped by that. But then you can add this other layer of when you do roll out your yoga mat, you're doing exercises that are meeting your body where it's at. I always want you to feel empowered. You have so much more power and it takes so much less effort than what is often communicated to us. And I believe that if you're struggling, I believe if you have chronic neck and shoulder tension or back pain or anything like that, that it's just that you don't have the right information. And it is my passion to get that information in your hands. That's what I'm all about at Healthy Moving. Follow the page, like the page. Also, if you want to check out how I do this, I put my Tech Body Fix program, which is incorporating all of these things, giving you information about how your body positions in our modern life are impacting your overall health and wellness with kind of alignment and anatomy classes. It also includes daily exercises that you can weave in throughout your day, and then also includes mat classes that meet your body where it's at. All three things that I talked about are included in that program at 6 different levels. I put the whole thing available for you to check out completely for free. There's printables. Go in, take all of them. I want you to have the information. If you want lifetime access to the program, you could buy that later, but I'd love for you to just check it out. The link is here with this video. It's healthymoving.com/Tech Body Fix Preview. It's not one of those games where you have to put in your credit card information. It's going to bill you automatically. No. All you need to register is an email address so we can create a username and password for you. Once you have that, hi Angie, once you have that set up, you can get in, access the entire program. It's over 75 videos, tons of stuff. And at the end of 7 days, it ends automatically. You don't have to do anything to cancel it. If you want it, you can buy it later at that point. I want you to have the information because, as I said, I believe when you have the information, when you know the subtle, small things you can do to get you in that middle ground of living and taking full advantage of the benefits of the tech, the benefits of our modern digital age without having it take such a huge physical toll on you. All right, guys. Sorry for the Friday rant. I want you to have good information that empowers and equips you. I never want you to feel guilty or shamed or overwhelmed or like it's hopeless, because hope abounds. You can do this. Small, subtle changes are so powerful. All right, friends, have an amazing weekend. Bye-bye.